right, so this chapter we're looking at least beginning by looking at this thing called a turtle, and I'm just gonna try highlighting all of this. So I'll do a Control C, come up here and do a Control V. Now I think it's got a space. Usually doesn't like that sort of thing. So I got rid of all those spaces. But so what we see is first we use this import to import a module. So we'll do this certainly more than once in this class. But there are modules that are possibly either part of basic Python but not loaded when you start, just so that you don't load too much in there that you don't need. Or there may be something that was made by a third party but is readily available, and so you know, this just says, hey, import it. Now you can actually, well, let's make sure this works, and then we'll try something a little bit different with it. So we import this thing called turtle, and then what we do is we make a screen and we name it WN, so for window. So we create a window, we instantiate a turtle screen, and then we also instantiate or create a turtle. So small turtle for the module, but then a big T turtle here for the actual turtle we make, and we name it Alex. And so then once we made them, Alex will live here in the window, and we can do things to Alex. We can tell Alex to move forward by 50 spaces, left by 90 spaces, forward by 30 more, and we can keep track of that. And then this mentions that this main loop part here, that's it's something that's necessary to run, to wait, you know, to keep that window there until we close it. And so if I run this, it pops up just a window here, and it's pretty boring, but I can see a trail where I see something that went to the right, I guess, it looks like, and then up. And so if I close that, now it said left, and so the question is, well, did I really understand what this did? And no, I didn't understand what that did. See, so oops, what just happened? Got an error there. So interesting. It's looking for terminator. So, you know, you run into something like this. I'm not sure what just happened. It could be that when I closed the window, the kernel was still running, so there might have been problems. So I'm going to go here to kernel, and I'm going to say restart. And now the other thing I can do is I could clear all that output, and so I have this, and now, so what we'll see is forward actually was, the direction of forward was to the right, and then Alex took a 90-degree turn, a left turn. It didn't go anywhere, but then moved 30 units, whatever, however big a unit is, to the left, which would have been up in this case. So so I'll run those cells again. And it ran just fine. But again, so I was here and I moved forward. Then I turned left and I moved forward again. And so to begin with, the turtle must have been facing over here to the right. Now, so I close that. Everything looks like it's fine. I don't know if it is. We'll see if I get another error when I try to run this again. But one thing I wanted to show you was, notice, we said import turtle, and then to use the pieces of turtle, we had to put turtle on the front of it. So turtle and screen, turtle and big T turtle. Now, once I named Alex, then it was Alex dot forward and left and so forth. But if you had to do a lot of this with the turtle, it might get old writing turtle every time. And so we should be able to go in here and say import turtle as, and maybe I just want to import it as T. And so if I do that, then here I can actually just write T. Now, whether it's a good idea to just call it T, it's a good question, because T, you might want to use that as a variable somewhere else. But for now, it should work just fine. We may get an error here when I try to run this again because of the whole kernel thing. We'll see. Yep, we got an error. So it appears to run this again, I have to actually stop the kernel, and see, I can't even get rid of that. And so I just go back here, I stop the kernel, and well, actually I'm gonna, I could try just interrupting it, but I think I just want to restart it. And well, I should have said restart and clear the output. So I can clear the output here separately. Okay, so I restarted the kernel, and so now let me run this. And so you see it runs just fine, and I get rid of it, and so it ran just fine as this T, but I had to tell it, I was giving it a nickname here, so import turtle as T, but you can do that to save typing and letters and so forth. You can give it a nickname or an alias. Okay, so that's the initial part of creating a turtle and a window to run it in. And so we'll stop that video here.